Hello, world. This is Barbie Lee. This is Shake Talk. Good morning. It is Wednesday. What is it today? August? No, August. July 24th. It's a beautiful day. Simply beautiful. We had some sun. You can see I got a little sun yesterday. I'm so excited. It's a little bit of rain today, and the sun's going to come out. It's going to be a lovely day. Here's the thing. I can't control the weather, so I'm just going to accept every day as a lovely day. So we are shaking up your wake up, right? This is our best breakfast ever, right? My Isogenics Isoline Chocolate Mint Shake. And we talk about stuff. And for the next little bit, we're going to be talking about the book, The 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. Somebody asked me the other day, why do you lick your lid? I'm like, because often when I drink, it smacks me in the face, and then I get a piece of chocolate mint on my face. So I lick it so it doesn't smack me in the face. Or if it does, I don't get chocolate mint in the face. Anyhow, so we are on commitment 3. And we're doing feeling all feelings, and that's what we're doing this week. So I commit to feeling. This is the conscious leadership, right? So remembering we're talking about conscious versus unconscious. They use the terminology above and below the line. I'm not a fan of that. That's just me. I commit to feeling my feelings all the way through to completion. They come and I locate them in my body, then move, breathe, and vocalize them so they release all the way. Okay, that's being a conscious leader, being aware. I commit to resisting, judging, and apologizing for my feelings. I repress, avoid, and withhold them. And that's being an unconscious leader. So I'm trying to turn my phone around here, but it just keeps changing screens. Oh, hold on a second. Because I want to get this. Can I do that? Oh, it's on rotate. How come it won't rotate? Anyways, I'm going to show it to you like that. Hopefully that's kind of clear for you. So I love this little graphic in this because it says start, right? And it's like, okay, we're going into this feeling. And then you're like, and then you're like, wee, right? That's kind of how feelings go. So I really like that picture. So here's the piece that I'm going to talk about today is the difference between feelings and thinking, right? So a lot of times when I ask somebody, I'm like, what are you feeling? And they're like, well, I feel that if we did this. I'm like, no, that's not a feeling. That's a thinking, right? Oh, okay. Well, I feel if so-and-so were, no. That's a thinking, right? So we really have, Barbara says I lick my lid too. We really have these feelings that we confuse, or these thoughts that we confuse for feelings. And so many times we are told to stuff our feelings. Now, we might not be told directly. As a little boy, they're like, oh, big boys don't cry, or men don't cry, right? Or a little girl that, might want to express her feelings and, stop being such a crybaby, right? We hear these horrible expressions all the time growing up. And then as we get older, we're like, oh, well, I can't express my feelings. Oh, I can't express my feelings. And really, what we need to do is be able to express our feelings and feel them all the way through, right? So in this book, I love my shake in the morning. I'm just saying. I don't know. Those of you that aren't having the best breakfast ever, you need to hook up. Oh, by the way, there's like a sale today. So anyway, there's a piece in here. So sorry, I'm on. Oh yeah, there it is. So it says the commitment. So consciously or unconsciously living in the to me, right? So we talked about in the beginning about the through me or to me, right? So when you're thinking, it's the to me. When you're feeling, it's the through me. And that's the whole thing about conscious leadership, is about creating this world where life happens through you, not to you. And that's a huge distinction, right? So I say it all the time, this whole idea of you do not get cut off in traffic. Somebody around you changed lanes unsafely and you perceived it to you, they cut me off. No one wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, I wonder who I can cut off. Oh, I'm going to go cut off that. People don't do that. They're in their own world. They're in their own hurry. Oh my God, I'm late. Oh, I'm going to do that. And they lose themselves in their thoughts because they don't stop to feel. And that's what this chapter is all about, right? So it says, for the last 20 years, a growing body of research has argued convincingly that emotional intelligence is essential for great leadership. But before you become emotionally intelligent, you must first become emotionally literate. right? So what is emotion? We talked about that being energy in motion. So whenever you experience an emotion, you feel a sensation in your body. So when you're thinking about something, you're not feeling a sensation in your body. You're thinking about it. You're in the cerebral. So that's how you get to know whether it's a thought or a feeling. Now, your thoughts can lead to the feelings, absolutely, because if you start thinking about something sad, you're going to feel sad, right? But you feel in your body and you think in your mind. And I mentioned last time, the Buddha says, in the head there are no answers, and in the heart there are no questions. So when we come from this place of feeling, then we don't have to worry about the thinking, because we can go, people say on a gut instinct, that's the feeling, right? All right. So it says that people repress and recycle emotion. So there's this really good image right here. So I'm just going to see if, I don't know, you might not be able to see that very clear on your phone. And I'm just telling you, get the freaking book. So it's telling you that there's 5 different key emotions. And they're saying anger, right? And you hold it in your jaw, right? Sadness, you hold in your throat. Joy is in the gut, like a little bit higher. Solar, a little bit lower down is fear. And then that sexual feeling or creativity is, in the sexual organ area. So those are the 5. So anger, sadness, joy, fear, and the sexual feeling, otherwise known as creativity. And there's a really good chapter, because people are like, what? In Think and Grow Rich, called Sexual Transmutation. Phenomenal chapter. Read it a couple of times. You're going to love it. Okay, so we repress and we recycle emotions. Now, are there different emotions? Yeah, but there's a variation on them, right? So joy, you can be happy, ecstatic, there's all kinds of things, right? But most people are trained to repress their emotions. So what I challenge you, and what this book is challenging you to do, is releasing the emotions. Now, not releasing them, and freaking out and screaming at the top of your lungs and whatever. Now, sometimes that's good. I sometimes go in my car and take a drive and turn my music up really loud and just go, ah, and I scream in my car because I don't know how else to get rid of those emotions, right? That's part of my feeling them all the way through. But I'm not saying, go and freak out on somebody and, you did this. No. It's our emotions. We get to know how we respond, or we get to learn how we respond to them. So it says, instead of releasing emotions, we typically hold on to them. One way we do it by repressing it. So we deny ourselves and others that we are having this feeling. So you might say, you look angry. No, I'm good. Ask a woman, how are you? I'm fine. Yeah, no. If you don't know that by now, let me tell you a secret. If someone says to you, yeah, I'm fine, listen to how they say it. There's a lady that sprained her ankle the other day, a friend of mine. She's like, yeah, I'm okay. And you're like, yeah, you need a hug, right? So it's how we communicate. So really listen, because then you'll really know how someone's feeling. And when you ask somebody, how are you? Mean it. Mean it. Don't just go, oh, how are you? Fine. How are you? Oh, great. Thanks. Mean it. Allow people to experience. If we were more open and accepting of our feelings, could you imagine how much kinder and gentler and more amazing and juicy and delicious this world would totally be? Like, seriously cool. So it says, where is it? Oh, so releasing the emotion. So how do you release the emotion? Well, you locate the sensation in your body. I'm not going to go through this in much detail. I'm just going to give you the steps. So you locate the sensation in your body. You breathe. Seriously, people. Just breathe. Breathe. One of my favorite releasing breaths is this. Breaths is this. I know I told you that on Monday, but I still love it. I still spit on my screen. Anyhow, so breathe. Allow, accept, or appreciate the sensation. Match your experience with the expression and feel. Like, seriously. So the matching of expression, which is the sensation, is important in releasing the feelings. So check in, right? Learn where it's coming from. Think about where it is in your body. Breathe through it, right? And really allow the feeling. And if you have to cry, cry, right? If you have to yell, don't yell at somebody, because that's not going to serve anything. But yell, cry into a pillow. My daughter, when she was in aerospace engineering, she started kickboxing Loved it. She goes, oh my gosh, it's so good to relieve stress. Great. Find a creative outlet for your feelings, and then make sure you're surrounded by people who allow you to feel what you feel. I have a couple of very dear friends in my life. I am so blessed that I can just call and I just go, hey, and I can start crying, and they will just sit there with me and be in my tears. And that's totally okay. So, feeling all feelings. Tomorrow, what we're going to talk about is the wisdom of feelings, because a lot of people think feelings are weak. They're not. We're going to talk about the wisdom of feeling. Not tomorrow, Friday. We'll see you Friday, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Bring your breakfast. Bring the best breakfast ever. If you don't have it, let me know. I can hook you up, right? Get you some maybe in the next couple of days. But let's get started on this path of living the most juicy and delicious life, because, you know, we want to have a quality of life, right? Just saying, let's make it nice and easy. Have a beautiful day, everybody.